wrong. I am going to enjoy it, but in case maybe I'm a rebound guy. Got too much to live.
Maybe she thinks you're handsome, smart, incredibly nice guy who's easy to be around.
Think so?
No. She might.
Something about it.
Harold, do tell me you can still sit in for poker night. I simply cannot afford another empty chair.
Still on, as far as I know. Got some good news. Major break in the Kirk case, but I'm going to need immunity for the informant.
Name?
Renee LeBlanc.
Yes? What is it?
Yeah. We've got a problem.
I just received confirmation. Reddington was behind the abduction. If the FBI manages to track him, they can track and seize all of your evidence. Shall we take it? I've already acquired the details of this transport.
Anything else?
It appears to
And we want to deck you out with a Tennessee T-shirt. Upcoming giveaway day. Grab your today and be there on game day when we hand out shirts to every fan in the building. Magic fans, be sure to be here for our next home game because everyone in attendance will get your own Trust the Magic Dragon bobblehead. A fun item to add to your Magic swag. Orlando, don't miss out on future Magic home games. Visit our ticket booth or our website to learn more about ticket availability. The National Basketball Association and the Orlando Magic are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior.
And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at Indiana, they're a rising team climbing to 5th on the board.
Well, I think for the Magic, they were hoping to begin the year better. It's still too soon to hit the panic button, but they're heading in the wrong direction.
And the starting group for Chicago. We've got Kobe White. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Torrey Craig. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Giddey in at the 2-guard. And for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Jackson out there with Suggs, and it's Carter in at the center position. Serving up some holiday basketball for you fans out there. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving Eve to you as well, my partner. I mean, there's just something special about watching basketball during the holiday season. Hey, and we're in for a treat.
Here we go. And the Magic start out with the ball. And while MP is all about team success, he's trying to win his matchup every single night with an eye towards showing that perhaps he's been underrated.
And it's no secret that MP doesn't think he's done a good enough job when it comes to playing against guys at his skill level. He's owned this and has also vowed to up his intensity and focus so he can accomplish what he set out to do. Now, we'll see if tonight spells some redemption for MP in that regard.
White can't hit. Here's Orlando. And Carroll passes to Jackson. Vucevic with a steal. Here's White. And the bucket is good.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Also relying on his skill there. That's a nice move against length.
Now here's Jackson. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Here's Banchero. And it's Chicago with a board.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Here's Giddey. Back to White. Shoots over Jackson. White can't hit.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
White against Jackson. Suggs outside. Pass to Carter. Shot clock at 5. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4. Just good, aggressive play by Buzelis, not shying away from some physicality inside.
Now here's Wagner. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Greg.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Here's Giddey. After the basket by Orlando. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Knocks down the long J. Buzelis has got 5.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
Jackson, pass to Carter. It's good.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And White has got the ball here for the Bulls. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
And you talk to coaches around the league, and they'll tell you sometimes the ball just goes in. It's as simple as that.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle.
Criteria. Hash and the technical challenge of the hack.
Playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, they'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in. That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Now here's Jackson. In his last outing, 8 points for him. The 3 from Suggs. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, good to see Suggs bury the triple. This will only help with his confidence.
Outside White. Pass to Craig. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Vucevic, the pass to Giddey. Outside Craig. Now here's White. Shoots over Jackson. White can't hit.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
The 11-footer. Jackson, the pass to Banchero. From 12 feet. And another basket for Orlando.
Yeah, this is a part of Banchero's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. White on the wing. Pass to Buzelis. From downtown. Outside Giddey. From outside the arc. The rebound by Carter. 2-for-1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Suggs, the pass to Jackson. And here's Banchero. Suggs outside from the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in the game. Left side Craig. Pass to White. And he makes it on the layup. White's got his second basket.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
It's all tied in Orlando. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
We'll have to translate. Don't.
Getting ready for Orlando. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Wagner. Wagner comes in for Isaac. Suggs is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jackson in for Anthony. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Jackson, takes it inside, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
On the court for Chicago, Lonzo Ball is out there with Kobe White. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Craig in at the 4.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Here's Faulkner. Doesn't go that time. Giddey with a defensive effort. Bulls trail by 7. Outside White. Pass to Vucevic. Back to White. Launches it. Counted from distance. White's got 7 points in the game.
Selfless player. Vucevic finding his man all alone.
And Carroll with a screen on White. And it's Jackson on the take. Got it. And the Magic lead by 6.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Outside Craig. Here's White. Buries it down low. White's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Suggs. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
The 3. It's hauled in by White.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Pass the ball. Outside Craig. White for 3. Orlando with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Orlando shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And that one falls for Jackson. Chicago making a switch here. And so Jackson nails both of them.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Jackson against White. It's hauled in by Isaac. Isaac's got 4 rebounds now. And so it's Orlando leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More 2K action in just a moment.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from line. They're sending him off the shot.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And looking at the Nets matchup, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they got to avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case, yeah,
maybe.
Yes.
It took you too long.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Magic.
I like how they've been hitting the boards, man. Playing real hard. That's a great sign for the second half.
Yeah, but the score is close. And if they want to pull away, you got to do more than rebound.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Paolo Banchero with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Suggs is out there with Jackson, and it's Wagner in at small forward. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with. Orlando leading by 6. Jackson with it. Pass to Banchero. Banchero goes strong down low.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
And White has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Here's Buzelis. Back to White for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Banchero's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
And now we have a minute here to take a look at which teams are playing the toughest defense. Orlando, number 1. The Bulls, 4th.
Both teams really take pride in their defense and shutting one another down, which is kind of refreshing to see in a league widely dominated by offense.
First one falls for him. And so Jackson nails both of them. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And here's Giddey. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Giddey. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Clock at 6. Vucevic.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Jackson surveying the D. The kick out to Banchero. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Craig. And here's White. They need this. Drained it for 2 points. White's got 11 points.
Got that one to go. Okay, now 1 for 4 to start the second half.
And Carroll with a screen on White. Outside Carter. The 3 ball. And another 3 for Orlando.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Isaac, he's checked in for Jackson.
One more time, let's hear it from the former center and Steve.
He's checked in for Orlando. And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Greg?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Magic.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And also, guys, great job hitting their free throws tonight, too. Taking advantage of those freebies makes a huge difference.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. For Chicago, they've gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Bulls, they've got Nikola Vucevic, Torrey Craig out there with Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey, and it's White in at the point guard position. And it's good for 2. And Carroll's got 11 in the second half.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Pass to Craig. Three-pointer, Buzelis gets the 3 to fall.
Since halftime, they've been chucking up more shots from beyond the arc, trying to score in chunks.
Carter, a screen on White. Jackson, the pass to Carter. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds now. White with it, now guarded by Suggs. From deep, Giddey. Orlando with a rebound. Carter's got 6 rebounds in the game. White against Jackson. Suggs outside. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Vucevic's shot is off.
Yeah, that's a shame, because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
Jackson attacking. The kick out to Banchero. Jackson against White. 5 on the clock. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Magic.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And that's an important win. You never like to lose 2 in a row to a team, especially if you only see them 3 times.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Paolo Banchero.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Now Giddey. Pass to White. Vucevic, a screen on Jackson. Here's White. Money from 17 feet out. Orlando with the ball. And Carroll with a screen on White. Jackson with it. Picked up by Craig. Stolen! Here's Buzelis.
Jackson. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Look, I know you wanted to play better than you did, but we won the game. That's all that matters.
I feel that. But I don't like not living up to my word, Coach.
Well, that's not on you. I should have encouraged you the way that I did. I let my emotions get the best.
I more than likely would have done the same thing myself.
Well, yeah, but I'm supposed to know that.
Come on, Coach. You can't be too hard on yourself, man.
Look, next time I tell you to do something on the internet, just ignore me. Listen, you don't have to tell me twice. I love it. Oh. Just joking, Coach. Come on. Not so far.
Coach got jokes. Okay, I see you.
There's a time and a place for everything. You know, these moments in your day come around. Just don't tell anyone I said it. See? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Quack, bitch.
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business. Now that's it. Win, pay the bills, baby.
Get up my word when you say
They know about our meeting.
These tunnels here, give us access to it. Elizabeth left 10 minutes before us.
Where is that? Ball shots. That's weird. Where is she?
Wait a second, Miles finished. This was 5 minutes into the game. No slow on it. Brady was live up to last week. No, but you know, it's got an eye to the basement.
I like that. Now you want to kill him?
A lot of our fans in the house tonight. Should be a fun one.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
But I do not.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our game. NBA Cup action coming your way shortly. With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. So a moment now to see the story for Bojan Bogdanovic.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Shams, obviously, the big three in Brooklyn did not work out. But on the bright side, what a return they got for Kevin Durant.
It was one of the biggest packages in NBA history. They got 4 first-round picks, a bunch of other pick swaps. And listen, losing Kevin Durant as well as Kyrie Irving, that definitely hurt the Nets. But their front office is very happy with the haul that they were able to get.
And they can really build. And it's going to be fascinating, I think, Shams, to watch them build.
First-time head coach Jordi Fernandez, they know that they're building for the long haul and the long term. It's not just about one season in Brooklyn. They're trying to compete and have sustainable success.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Cole Anthony is out there with Jackson, and it's Wagner in at the small forward. Here's Banchero. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
And this kid is just a natural-born scorer. Banchero can post you up, face you up, and also beat you in transition.
Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
That trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. Now Anthony, after Bogdanovich missing on that last three-pointer. Jackson passes to Anthony. Jackson, a screen on Schroeder. Anthony kicks to Jackson. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
Outside Thomas. Launches a three. That one's in. His first shot this game. Hey, Sean, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so...
Okay, they just passed a note down to me, our gang here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face on this one.
And we cannot wait. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls fan. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, we sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
Here's Schroeder. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Thomas down low. Jackson on him. Thomas, that's good. Thomas got 7.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Magic shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. The free throw drops for Jackson. And a new group in for the Nets. Brownie's checked in. Bogdanovich comes in for Johnson. Williams, he's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And it's Shake Milton in for Dennis Schroeder. The Magic also changing it up. Mo Wagner's checked in for Wendell Carter. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Franz Wagner. And it's Suggs in for Cole Anthony. A shot by Milton, no good. The Magic trail by 3. Banchero outside. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Jackson. No one near Isaac as he lets it go. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Right side, Williams. Jacks up a 3. He can't get it to go. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets out in front, up 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly.
He's checked in for Brooklyn. Cameron Thomas comes in for Bogdanovich. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Mo Wagner. Franz Wagner comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Anthony's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jackson in for Suggs. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. Magic leading by 7. Banchero, a screen on Milton. Pass to Banchero. Milton grabs the board. The Nets have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Carries it from three-point range.
Cam Thomas is rolling. He's attacking at will. Somebody better shut the water off.
Milton against Jackson. Banchero somehow misses the one-handed clutch.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Shake Milton. Jackson dishes to Carter. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Well, we know Wendell Carter Jr. offers a lot on the offensive end. This guy's got to continue to improve as a low-post defender.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Williams.
As we've got
50 seconds left to play here in the half. Count the basket.
When Cam Thomas finds a look, folks, he is going to attack.
Here's Jackson. He's got 8. Into the lane. Out to Anthony. Here's the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Rebounded by Isaac.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Jackson. Started by Schroeder. Jackson passes to Wagner. Shot clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's an 8-point Orlando lead.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And so it's Orlando holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drum.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Orlando Magic.
Give them credit, they just keep coming, pushing the action, drawing lots of whistles. They actually made the game kind of kinny. Get it? Ugly.
Oh. And now let's take a glimpse at some of the games on the upcoming schedule.
I always like to play other good teams. To be the best, you have to beat the best. We'll see if they accept the challenge.
Iron sharpens. That'll do it for our show today.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And so in the game for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Anthony is out there with Jackson, and it's Carter in at the 5 spot. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play. I'm not sure how we define a difficult finish for Cam Thomas. This guy finds a way through contact.
Carter sets the pick for Jackson. It's tipped. To the middle. There's Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Wow, love the power and the strength of Bogdanovich on that strong finish.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Wagner wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. That's trailed by 6. BB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing.
Thomas, no good. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. They've led by as much as 10.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Magic moving the ball around. Wagner finds Anthony. Here's Banchero. Another miss by Orlando.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
It's Thomas, high post. Jackson on him. Thomas gets the bucket.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. The Magic making a switch here. Suggs is checked in.
Number 4, Jalen Suggs.
Checked in for Suggs.
Get him, MP.
Nets trail by 17. The guard pair, Schroeder and Thomas. Cameron Johnson is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Sharp in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Orlando's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
That's a big-time finish by Franz Wagner. Might be young, but he is undeterred.
Schroeder passes to Sharp. Back to Schroeder. Lets the 3 fly. Trains the three-pointer.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Magic leading by 16. Now here's Jackson. Banchero is screen on Schroeder. There's the lob to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, love that. Banchero moves so well with and without the ball.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Outside Thomas. And here's Jackson. Banchero, a screen for Jackson.
2 minutes to play.
Banchero, a screen on Schroeder. Pass to Banchero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Fires, high post. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
Cam Thomas is a guy who is always shot ready. Nice catch and shoot there.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. There's the lob to Banchero.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Orlando.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And they took charge when it counted and notching their 9th win overall.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paolo Banchero.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
And that one's good, Anthony.
Well, you look up at the scoreboard, the time remaining, this game is effectively over.
Well, you have to appreciate the hard work that went into building this lead. They have been terrific all night.
Pass to Johnson. Schroeder outside. Outside for Thomas. Launches it. And it's Orlando with the rebound. 22 is their biggest lead. Jackson against Schroeder. The drive by Jackson. Kicks it out to Wagner. Banchero with the screen. Jackson with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Team second. Shooting for the Magic.
And that one falls for Jackson. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Pass to Clowney. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Jackson from long range gets the three-pointer to fall. Cup as they move to 2-1 in the group stage.
And if they can win their final group stage game, it's likely that they're going to advance to the next stage.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Freeway accident. Multiple trauma victims more on their way. You need to discuss. Nellie didn't hurt his daughter.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.
Way
to bring home that W.
Stimson.